You went on the Dan Kelly show and said you believe in free speech, but here you are going to vote against free speech. You're a hypocrite, lying government parasite.
You want to know what I want to do? Give a huge shout out to Warren Sapp for being here today.
Yeah. Mr. Sapp, thank you very much.
Hall of Fame is here because he...
Shame on you! This is my time, sir. This is my time, sir. Jared Stiff over here, who sits under the Constitution. How ironic. You should put him in the corner where there's no Constitution. Liberty Troll, shout out, subscribe to Liberty Troll. Never.
Welcome back, Liberty Trollers. We're outside of the Clearwater Main Library in Clearwater, Florida, a police state. Yeah, we're here because of John Felix and the armed fisherman. I know the armed fisherman has gone through some civil rights violations here, rights violations against him personally for exercising his constitutional rights. Speaking of which, sounds like tonight, city council meeting that's taking place here at this main library in Clearwater, they're going to be doing away with public comment. Now, you can still have public comment regarding agenda items, but if somebody, say, were to want to redress their grievances or petition their government that's outside of those agenda items, they won't be able to do it. In this way, they'll have to pick up the phone or send an email, which is not as effective. It's not as informative as it otherwise would be to be able to address it here in this sort of setting in a city council meeting, but it also doesn't seem to be as effective when you send an email or file a complaint behind closed doors. As a free American, I want to hear what's going on with other members of the public for my own information. I want to be able to especially voice my concerns. So we're here to observe and see what happens here tonight, and there's going to be a handful of auditors and members of the public who are passionate about our constitutional rights. Believe it or not, we still have some in this country that believe in our Constitution and actually exercise their rights peacefully. We're having a special guest here today. Warren Sapp is going to be here. What a big surprise. I can't wait to meet him.
There he is. Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, Warren Sapp.
Warren Sapp.
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy. Yeah.
So that's Warren Sapp that I'm speaking to there at length. Spoke for quite a while. He is a Hall of Famer for the NFL, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he is a longtime watcher of John Felix. Big shout out to John Felix and Accountability for All, AFA. From what I understand, they kind of coordinated this, so I had the opportunity to speak with old Sapp there, and we had a great conversation. I think he and I are going to be teaming up in the future, so stay tuned for that. I was pleasantly surprised to hear that Sapp has been a subscriber of mine on the Liberty Troll channel. Just a humbling experience overall, and it's great to see celebrities taking an interest in the Bill of Rights and Constitution of the United States. Glad to have Warren Sapp in our corner, and I'm sure there's many others out there who watch our videos and support what we do, and why shouldn't they, right? We're all free Americans here. If you are a citizen of the United States, this is a civic duty as a free American. What you're about to witness, ladies and gentlemen, is an attempt from patriots trying to keep tyrants from eroding our rights. Let's continue. All right, guys, so we're still waiting to get into the city council meeting here at the main library. I met Christine just now out here. She has an interesting story to tell. She was actually trespassed from here. How long ago was it, Christine?
A couple weeks ago.
Oh, was that soon? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you mind telling us your story a little bit?
I was upstairs studying on the 3rd floor, sitting off in a corner where I like to do my work. There isn't really anyone around there. And I was told by people who work there that I needed to get up and move. They want everyone where they can see us. I was out of the way. I had the right to be there. So they called the cops. And the cop said, you know what, she's fine. She doesn't have to leave. So then after the cops left and I stayed and I continued doing my work, I was given by the security guy an administrative order that said I was trespassed for the day, I had to leave, and I could come back tomorrow. Well, I didn't have to leave. The cops just said I was legit. I'm legit. I stayed, I ignored him. I come back probably the next day, whenever, and I plop myself down, I'm doing my work, and they tell me to leave, and I said, like, I don't have to leave. So then they get...
And who is this that was telling you to leave?
people who worked there.
So
It was
public
the
employees,
security
the staff
guard
here.
Who worked on the 3rd floor.
Oh, the security guard.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
gotcha.
A heavier set.
And why did he want you to leave? What was the initial reason for him coming to you, approaching you out of all
Because
people?
they didn't want me there.
Why? Did he say
They
why?
don't have to have a reason.
Oh,
They do have to have a reason. He's lying to me when they
Was
say
there-
that, but they don't want me sitting on the floor. And
Were
I
there
like to
other
sit on
members of the
floor
public?
Totally out of the way, where I'm not blocking
Oh.
anything or anything like that.
gotcha. So you were on the floor instead of like in a chair, but
none
you
of your
but
business.
you weren't like in the way or anything.
No.
Okay.
And I mean, the cops are like, "You're fine. You're fine."
Gotcha.
They set up big cardboard tables and play chair games where they've got 4 people around each. Obviously, they take up a lot more room than I do.
Right.
So in any case, he's telling me I have to leave. I don't leave. So then the cops come. This time it's Lieutenant Stiff. And Lieutenant Stiff said I'd leave. If I didn't leave, he was going to arrest me.
So when you went back for the second time,
Yep.
that same security guard was there,
Yep.
and he
told me-
called the cops again, and this time you got a new cop, and this cop wasn't as well trained as the other ones that you initially had an interaction with that said, "No, you're
I
fine."
think he told me leave or he was going to arrest me. Now, I didn't want to be arrested, and so I left. Not on my own fruition, not because I wanted to leave, but because I was being forced to leave. I had finals. I couldn't miss my finals because I was in jail.
All right, here we got Mr. Huluba. He's had his rights violated here in Clearwater. Was it in this building or was it at the city hall?
It was in this building, and I was arrested at the city council meeting.
Yeah? Like a city council meeting we're about to go into.
This was in May.
Oh, this was recently.
May of last year.
Tell us a little bit about what happened. Why did you get arrested or kicked out?
Well, we had a mayor in Mr. Onks who was, I repeatedly said was thin-skinned, and he proved it. And there was, I refused to leave. I will admit that I did,
And this
kind
all
of asked for it. However, they could have placed me, in custody temporarily, brought me out just like they did, and let me go out here, or given me a ticket to court instead of taking me to jail.
right, and you were just exercising your freedom of speech to let the mayor know that you get under his skin, and that got under his skin.
Oh, yes.
All right, well, thank you for sharing. All right, we are entering into the main library here. Up ahead, we got Warren Sapp pushing one of our correspondents. Very nice guy, just had a great conversation with him. So he's here to observe what's going on today in this meeting. He is not, like the rest of us, happy with the decision that City Council is trying to make and keeping us from making public comment.
How are you, sir? Set this here, and anything metal that you have in your pockets, sir.
Yeah.
You're good to go, sir. Unbelievable. Let me get the door. You guys ask me a question, and I answer it.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Keep an eye on this guy right here, would you? This one.
He already is. Yeah, who got it? You guys know?
He watches our channels and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
It shouldn't go on,
It
right?
goes off.
He's a fan of constitutional rights in this country and exercising them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go home.
Whereas for the 20 years since the passing of the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, human trafficking still exists, including the forced fraudulent employment, harboring, or transportation of people for labor or commercial prostitution. And whereas an estimated 27 million people are subjected to human trafficking globally.
So this here beside me is John Felix, the legend, and the armed fisherman, Michael Taylor. Stay tuned because they're about to make some pretty sick speeches.
Any other items to be pulled from the agenda? Hearing that, and none, is there a motion to approve those items that have not been pulled?
Motion to approve all items for the exception of 6.1, 6.6, and
Give me your time. Give me your time.
Does anybody want to say hi to my grandfather? Marine. Fought for this country. Fought for the rights for everybody in this room. Fought for all the rights for everybody up on this dais. Every one of you, Slaughter, Poirier, I don't think you swore anything. Cotton, Texera, Rector, Albrin, Menino, you have an obligation, Mr. Kohler. This call, I don't think you swore an oath. But I think there is an obligation for every one of us, whether we like the words that come out of our mouths or not. We have the right. There's hundreds of thousands of people that have died for this country, walking on Normandy. My great-grandfather died fighting a war. And the reason I'm here is because my whole family, I unfortunately didn't get into the Marines. I wanted to be a sniper. I wanted to fight for my country. Unfortunately, I had knee problems, bronchitis, all these other waivers, and if anybody knows that's been in trying to get into it, understands that the Marines, they're like, yes, you're probably capable, but guess what? Unfortunately, and that was the unfortunate part. But my oath doesn't die just because I couldn't get in. That's why I'm here. That's why I cover stuff throughout YouTube. It's not just here. Mr. Rector, Mr. Cotton, we've spoken, right? What was the one thing that you didn't mention at the work session? It has like a branch and it has little berries on it. I offered an olive branch, and I keep offering this olive branch to each and every one of you. Everybody's all like, we don't want Mr. Taylor here. I'm gonna do it right now, right here. My olive branch. I want a 3-2 vote so that this does not pass. So that the citizens, not me, I will walk away from here and my wife will love me even more, for sure, for not driving 4 hours and spending the money I spent. Here's the olive branch, again, on live stream. If you don't want to take it, that's on you. Because just because you're going to change the venue, if that's what you're going to do, you make it seem like this camera and all these other cameras and all these other people that care about the First Amendment or our constitutional rights are not going to show up to this meeting. This has been an ongoing thing for over a year. I was the one, all this started from when your officers detained me and put me in the back of their friggin' cop car for 45 minutes and ruined my day of fishing. And the funny thing is there's a Constitution right above his head. The Constitution. It's like right there. And you're like, Florida State we don't have to give you public comment. You make it seem like that we're not gonna come here and speak on an agenda item. I'll come here and speak about the votes all day. I will speak about anything I feel like just to get under the thin skin of Clearwater. And yes, I said it. I get under the thin skin of Clearwater. Just like Mr. Haluba said it to Brian Unks, all you have to do is just give the public what they want. Put it back the way it was when Hibbert was. I've been to meetings. You were at a meeting. Remember when where's Gandy? I wish he was here because he was the one that put his hands on me.
Howard.
You were there that day, Slaughter. But nobody was just, and on top of it, I was under an investigation. A 1-year investigation at a council meeting because I irritate you guys. And guess what? I paid $165 for body cams That's gonna come from Stiff and the other 8 officers that were in here. And I'm gonna get the whatever documents that come from that, just to what? You guys are all worried about my YouTube channel. That's all you guys are all worried about. If you're so worried about my YouTube channel and the things that I say, just give the people back the way it was. Give them the 3 minutes at the beginning of the meeting, and the majority of these people would walk away. 90% of these people would be in and out right after you do your proclamations and all your other whatever, your pledge, proclamations or presentations, whatever, and then you go into your friggin', here's your public comment, 3 minutes. That's the way it was for decades. But only until some YouTuber from 4 hours away started coming into these meetings did this whole fiasco with decorum rules, let's do this, let's do this. I mean, you literally said my name on the live stream. Like, you make it seem like if I was to take from Bunker, or not Bunker, but Unks, until today, and I was to file a lawsuit, because trust me, it's coming. Trust me. I just keep letting you dig yourself in. You know, you have a shovel and you're digging yourself a hole, and you're not gonna get out of it. You did this to yourself.
Taxpayers won't pay for it.
And guess who's gonna suffer?
Taxpayers.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Does anybody want to?
Appreciate your father's service.
Appreciate it.
Anyone else here from the public desires to speak to the items?
When you choose not to follow the Sunshine Act, which is a Florida statute, that means it's a law. You are choosing to break the law. Do you have the right to break the law? No. What happens when you do? You become criminals. You can't do that. And that's not representing the people. And by the way, this half the room, they're not different from us. They're the same. You're not allowed to have that there.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Champ is here. Don.
John. Now this is where things are about to get real. I asked John Felix if he brought his John Felix voice this night, and he said yes. Here we are. John.
Yeah.
Who's Liberty Troll?
Liberty Troll.
Right here.
Mike Zimmerman?
Hello.
Pat Zimmerman? Ty?
Madama.
Gio Nathanson?
Here.
Julia Lumps?
Julia K. Zion, take it half away from that. I think you're talking about me.
And Jay? All right, 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Thank you.
It's a long time.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank Warren Sapp, future Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Warren.
Liberty Troll, shout out, subscribe to Liberty Troll. Never in history have the people trying to silence other people ever have been the good guys. Ever. Never in history. This is going to be your legacy, and I hope you're proud of yourselves. You guys keep claiming this is a business meeting. A business is a person or company who creates a product and other people voluntarily go buy it. They don't force it on them with guys with guns. You guys steal all the taxpayers' money and you do whatever you want to do with it. That's not a business. That's forced and coercion. That's not a business. Business is voluntary. You keep saying we're here for clicks and views. Do you guys campaign just for votes? Is that you're just here for votes? Of course we want views. We're activists. Of Of course we want people to see our activism, so they can see who you are next time they vote. It's called an informed voter. Next thing you're going to tell me the Tampa Bay Times is here to sell newspapers. What's wrong with these people? You also gaslight the hell out of us saying we're just here for clicks and views. You're not going to diminish my 30 years of activism for the First Amendment and Constitution by just blanket statement that we're all here for clicks and views. That's not what we're here for. That's one of the things that we want exposure to show the criminals of Clearwater what you're all about. The reason I started coming here is because the Clearwater PD falsely imprisoned Michael Taylor on the beach. He was trying to go fishing, and 7 or 8 tyrants from the Clearwater PD went and put their hands on him and falsely imprisoned him and disarmed him. You guys ever heard of the Second Amendment? It's illegal to disarm somebody when they're not doing anything illegal. That's what you have done. Then Jared Stiff over here, who sits under the Constitution, how ironic. You should put him in the corner where there's no Constitution. He came up here and said he gets under the thin skin of Brian Owens, the mayor, and you had him arrested. You put him in a cage like an animal for speaking. Warren Sapp was arrested for speaking not too long ago. You know what the cop said after you arrested him? I didn't realize you were Warren Sapp.
No doubt.
How do you sleep at night, dude? You tell your child I put a man in a cage for speaking?
Hall of Famer.
The same mayor who put Baluba in a cage for speaking gave us all the double middle fingers on his way out. And you laughed, and you laughed, and you laughed. It was hilarious. It was hilarious when he did it.
Free speech.
You also went into recess one day. This gentleman dared to speak, and you filed charges against him, and you keep saying it's not about the Constitution. Why would you file charges against someone for speech?
Me too.
Who?
Me too.
They put you in jail too?
Him too, me.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That could-
We really take our oath seriously up here, don't we?
Army on the way out.
Everybody's going to jail.
You guys spend $25 million a year for a police force that doesn't know basic law, basic Bill of Rights.
John did say he was bringing his big boy
When
voice
Michael
today.
Taylor was kidnapped on the beach and falsely imprisoned, what happened with that? Was anybody in trouble, or did he just suffer? And his rights were violated. First, Second, 14th, Fourth, Second Amendment.
Where's Big Hasty?
The number 2 guy of the Clearwater Police Department union was dealing hundreds of pounds of fentanyl and drugs for months. But you're worried about our speech. You've had 10 meetings now. You dare to call us a circus when you took the free speech away from the beginning. You put the free speech at the end. When that didn't work, you suspended it for 3 months. When 3 months went by, you suspended it again. And now you're about to vote to get rid of the free speech altogether. What the hell is wrong with you?
Get him.
You claim we intentionally delayed meetings. Now you're trying to do some town hall where, of course, you can pick and choose who gets to speak. You're never going to call on us, and you tried to get it separated. You went on the Dan Kelly show and said you believe in free speech, but here you are going to vote against free speech. You're a hypocrite, lying government parasite. Period, point blank. Yeah. Shame on you. Shame on you. This is my time, sir. This is my time, sir. Calm down. I'm fine with them. It's you guys that need to be quiet.
You're out of order.
Quiet and listen. I'm going to continue, yes, as soon as you put your little hammer down. Calm down, fella.
Recess. We're over.
Recess.
You're out of order. You're out of order. It's not your time.
Oh
My
my God.
time. I don't know why you're taking my time.
Go ahead, babe.
For what reason? So you can't give free speech?
Yeah.
Invitation.
Gotta change your tampon.
Go cry in the corner.
Man,
Don't worry.
a lot of y'all are looking like a bunch of dumbasses.
We call for your
no.
immediate resignation.
Is this a heavy flow day?
Come on, make a presentation.
That's what I was doing so
He was, you just stopped.
Yeah, you're interrupting his time. My time.
Free speech.
That's right, you want to be able to talk to everybody, he can't talk to you. Please let him speak.
The meeting so that
Please let him speak, sir. Please. I'll call you all.
And there's like 10 cameras in here. You make it seem like this isn't gonna go on YouTube.
What the young man at the podium is. You're about to put you in jail for exercising our rights to freedom of speech. Please, man.
Hey, Blaine.
Now let's get it back online so everybody can see.
Time back on the timer. Time stays on the timer.
the reason why he just called a recess.
Well, we don't
So
need.
that-
Resign. We don't need.
When they're here,
Resign.
Walk away.
Guys.
Don't you hate them heavy flow days?
Because it is self-promoting. It helps himself to do it.
Come on.
It's in
Can
violation.
somebody else, walk off. Can somebody else, run the meeting? We called for his resignation at this
It
point.
benefits himself to call this recess.
He just does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants.
Dereliction of duty.
We'll shut up if you let him speak with his other 2 minutes.
It's part of his job to
We
hear
had
our
this whole meeting
complaints.
until he started that.
That's part of his job, maybe the most important part of his
Yes,
job.
We're good there.
Thank you.
We're good there. See them cool off and come back.
Hey, Cotton. We've spoken. And
Just letting you guys know that there's other
I appreciate
new faces that do not understand the timer.
It's unfortunate that it has to come to this. It truly is. Here's another olive branch right now. Everybody up on that dais, come over to Downtown Pizza and I'll buy you. We're gonna have pizza and beer. Hey, Poirier, I know you like wine. I know you like wine. And both of you, I was gonna buy you guys a bottle of wine and we could all have a good time at Downtown Pizza.
Signs everywhere, signs, locking up the scene.
John Felix brought his big boy boys today. I asked him, he said he did.
Shame!
And I'll let me know in the
If you
comments
were
if you
gonna
think he
pull
did.
this one, it wouldn't have fringes on it.
It benefits certain people while not benefiting other people. It violates Florida statute 112.3.
You wanna know what I wanna do? Give a huge shout out to Warren Sapp for being here today.
Mr. Sapp, thank you very much.
Is here because he appreciates everything that a lot of us in here are doing. He is here because of us.
Yes.
He's here because of you, the citizens.
Correct.
You know?
We'll live if we got anything to do with it. We gotta be careful.
That's right. We gotta stand up for our rights. If we don't stand up for something,
I've been
you
getting
won't
out
have.
skin all the time with my mouth, so I didn't think that was something. You
know what I mean?
Trash like I talk my trash. What? Come on, man.
Just because
Where you
you
man
said-
at with the gavel, man? Let's finish this. You can't run out with your gavel. I mean, you supposed to be the judge, jury,
You
and
don't know
judge.
you don't know Clearwater. All you knew was Yeah, you have no idea.
Come on, man. You gonna tell me that long? Come on. Come on, y'all.
We got a Hall of Famer, and then what you just did.
It's like when a Baptist preacher in church and the congregation going amen and hallelujah behind it. That's what you're like.
Everybody, we thank you all for coming out standing for freedom. You are loved. Thank you all for coming out.
Sorry, guys.
You all thank you.
This guy used to be the chief of police, and he watched Michael Taylor get assaulted and did nothing about it. He was the chief of police when they falsely imprisoned Michael Taylor. He didn't do anything about it. He just came around with a pretentious smug look on his prick face.
We're just gonna tell people that wager the fan funds and money wasn't there, that you don't care about that, and your money transfer. It might be happening.
Came back.
I'm just here as a guy who sees some videos and he's a government functionary myself.
Guys, quiet. Quiet.
We're going to reconvene if he will give this man a chance to speak.
Do what? Ultimatums?
We can't hear him if you all are done this.
Well, that's the doctor.
You're the crybaby that quit.
Recess!
You can read the transcripts.
We want you to come up and say, we're allowing you to say what you want to say.
No, I didn't.
Let him speak. Well,
We don't usually stop.
Until you stop him.
You stopped it.
Again.
You stopped him. You called a recess.
I know. Something is a subjective term that you get to define any way you feel like.
you're the speaker.
That's right.
Podium.
And if I don't have a problem, you shouldn't either.
But these other folks that want to say something, whatever, they have their time to speak too. But
If I have a problem with them, I'll let you know.
But not during your time. I'm getting ready.
If I let them speak during my time, that's my business. It's my time. You understand that? It's not your time right now. It's my time.
You're speaking.
That's fine with me. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Go change your diaper. Go to Walgreens and get some tissues.
Well, we can sit here and go back for hours if that's what you're doing.
Do you understand that his time is my time? The names that they read off before he stood up there are people that gave him their time?
What's your point? It's my time.
He represents more than one person's
It's my
time?
time. How could I interrupt? It's my time.
Get him.
Not yours.
Let him speak, Mayor. Please.
We just want 3 minutes. And we
Representative government. He is representing more than one person.
Are we back to
Then start the meeting and let him speak.
Hey, does anyone have a pacifier?
Go ahead.
My daughter's
Fresh out. Sorry, John.
Hey, do we want, if you want to sit here for 4 hours and yell insults.
No,
Just aim your recess.
In all fairness, the council did start this, unfortunately.
Keep going.
Just quit. You're pathetic. Just quit.
I thought you came.
Quit.
I thought you came
Quit.
here to
Let him
speak.
Quit.
Let's continue.
Quit.
You're not letting him speak. You stopped him in the middle of his time.
The only person stopping me from speaking is you. Stop blaming everybody else.
And you're recessing him back to it.
behavior.
This needs to go back on.
It's my time. How can I be disrupting?
This is like Dalton.
How can I disrupt
This
my
is
time?
too.
Turn
It doesn't make any
back
sense.
on.
And recess.
All right, guys.
Yes.
Let's.
Let's just go. You're here to
So
support
shameful. Such
David
a
and
shame.
Turn the cameras off.
Rose.
Shame,
We're gonna
shame.
do this?
They're all quiet now. You can reconvene.
It's not hard. We're listening.
You're the one that stopped the meeting.
You're still in recess.
You're
not
still
taking
in
your
recess.
I'm
The
waiting
meeting isn't
until we can
continuing.
agree we're all gonna not disrupt.
Okay.
Go on.
We agree.
I wasn't disrupted.
I second
We agree.
that. A second.
Unanimous.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Thank you. Well, folks, like I said earlier.
We don't need more talking. Start the meeting.
We're better at this than you are, so
I'll tell you,
just
go get
stop,
pizza,
sit
man.
and watch. You'll learn something.
I've had 2 conversations, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Take away the cameras.
Don't worry, I want you, you don't have to drag me. You mean like you wanna be like
You're the
you.
unreasonable one. Stop blaming everyone else for your actions. That's so narcissistic. You're projecting your flaws on everybody else.
I'm sorry.
Stop lecturing and let's start the clock.
Why aren't you keeping this in the public for everybody to see also?
Quit yelling at me.
I'm not yelling. This is how I speak.
You don't want the public to see this?
You're
That
trying to control speech.
Turn it on, let's go.
We're all waiting on you.
Are you gonna let him speak?
They're not bothering me.
Once
You
you're in
are.
recess.
Turn the camera on.
They're not bothering me. You are.
But if If you break that again, we're gonna recess again.
When?
Understandable.
Always.
That's either not do that or do something.
Hit your gavel, don't be-
Put him in jail like you do everybody else for speaking. Why don't you keep using that tactic?
This
Keep
needs,
locking people up like animals for speaking.
this
You're
needs
good at that.
to be so everyone can see it.
This
You're
could have been
blocking
done
the
by now
people
if it
from
wasn't
seeing
for you and your
this.
stupid little hammer.
Yeah, this is city business. It should be on screen
Yeah.
for the
They
entire
have a right
city
to know what
and
you-
everybody to see. In the sunshine.
Yes,
You
Not
need your
hidden.
clicks and views, come
Not
on.
hidden.
no shady
Hey, guys.
business.
Hey,
Fortunately, your behavior is being
hey, everybody,
recorded.
Hey, we're gonna give them, let's give them 15 seconds. Everybody be quiet for 15 seconds and let me start this meeting so that Mr. Filex can.
Not for 15 seconds. Let's all get through this. Just let the man speak.
Quiet time.
He was doing.
You stop!
You're the one that stopped him.
God.
Stop blaming them for what you did! Dude, you're like an abusive husband! I had to punch you in the face! You didn't wash the dishes right! You're blaming them for the actions you took!
Right.
Look inward! You ready?
I don't think you are.
I'm very ready. I'm been sitting there waiting patiently for you to change your diaper in the back. Let's go!
There you go.
There I go, what, with my free speech? Oh my God, he's using free speech again! Has Jared Stiff locked me in a cage like an animal?
You don't want to continue your presentation, you just want to keep hurling insult.
I've been waiting for you to change your diaper so I can continue my stuff.
There you go.
Tell me when you're ready.
You mean spelled like my Jewish father, and you are the government.
You're wasting
So you
our
keep
time.
going.
Let's
We're ready when you are.
Oh, no.
Everyone.
We're ready when you are. We're ready when you are.
Don't say another word.
We're ready for when you are ready, we're ready. You're the only one stopping this meeting. You're the only one stopping this meeting.
Very passive aggressive, it's inappropriate.
This is recess.
Start the meeting,
You
let's
disrupted
go.
me.
This is going.
When is that gonna happen?
Bro.
Yeah, we're all gonna be put in a cage like an animal. Go ahead, make your threats, go ahead. Whenever you're done making your threats, I'm ready.
I'm asking if we can agree.
Don't worry about them.
did.
You're gonna stop the
10
meeting,
minutes
not them.
ago.
Worry
You're
about you
doing
and your
this to
little
benefit
hammer.
yourself, it violates Florida statute 112.3136. You may not do
Did I
it.
finish my time you interrupted or not?
If we can all agree, okay, we're not going to show.
This guy
We
is
don't
a
have to.
Now you
It's
want
okay.
to
Let
We
us
don't
speak.
want to respond. We want to
You're
be
in
quiet.
the
That's the law of the city.
This is your legacy, bro. This is your legacy. You're a lawyer?
These people are gonna get it out to more people than those cameras are blocking.
Please.
Then we're in recess.
Mike,
It's not your
ask
time
everybody
either.
to be quiet,
It's
please.
either we're in recess or it's my
Let
time.
John
There's
do
no
the
other
talking
option.
and yelling.
There's no other option. It's either recess or it's my turn to talk. That's the only options you have right now.
We're going to reconvene.
By Florida law. We're in recess. I'll say whatever I want. You want to threaten me when you turn this back on? Threaten to put me in a cage like an animal. Go ahead. I'm waiting for you. We're all waiting for you.
Are you done?
We're all waiting for you. No, I still have 5 minutes.
Are you done?
I'm waiting for you. We still have 5 minutes.
Are you done so we can start the meeting?
Am I done what?
Yelling.
I'm not yelling.
Yes, you.
No, I'm not.
That's the John
Hey,
Felix voice.
Biden, come on, catch up.
John, I'm agreeing we're going to continue the meeting. We're going to let the man.
Waiting on you. We're waiting on you.
It's my time you're burning, shut
Any
up.
more disruption?
Shut
We're
up.
waiting on
That's
you.
his name.
Shut
there.
up.
Any more
We're
disruption?
still
Shut
waiting
up.
on you.
No one else is talking but you. Shut up.
Stop giving orders.
Okay, we're going to make the meeting. Any more outbursts like that, we're going to have elections.
They're going to throw you in a cage right now.
Yeah.
Okay?
How much time was that, guys, that just went by?
You got it.
Call the meeting back to order, and you may continue with, we have 4.5 minutes left.
Well, that's not taken.
Well, wait, just start, just start.
Oh, okay. So, for everybody there in internet land, in case you didn't notice, Bruce Rector just interrupted my free speech, my time at the podium, saying there was a disruption, and the only person that was disrupted was Bruce Rector himself. Nobody else was disrupted, and he went in the bag, changed his diaper, forgot his pacifier, came back here, and started projecting his BS on everybody else, as if they were the ones that disrupted the meeting, when it was in fact you. You're like an abusive husband. Let's get that on the internet. I know I already said it, but you're like an abusive husband that punches his wife in the face, gives her 2 black eyes, and blame it on her. You use gunmen to arrest people for speech. You filed charges against him for speaking. The former mayor had put him in a cage like an animal. You think we're animals? You think you're better than us? Mrs. Texera says, everyone I go to lunch with has no problem with us getting rid of the free speech. Unless you go to lunch with the whole city of Clearwater and the rest of the country, you're full of shit. Take a vote. Let's see who wants free speech and who doesn't want free speech. You think you're going to vote to get rid of free speech and we're going to stop coming here? I can come here and speak 10 minutes on every single agenda item, if that's what you need. I am also going to offer an olive branch. I know you don't want me here. Put it back to the way it was. Give people their time to speak for 3 minutes at the beginning of the meeting, and you'll never see me again. Unless, of course, you got some prick bastard over here that puts people in a cage for free speech. You should be fucking ashamed of yourselves.
I agree.
Again, I'd like to thank Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer Warren Sapp for joining us. Mr. Menino said, it's a shame Mr. Sapp is acting that way. You're ashamed. You went on a radio show and claimed that you were for free speech, and you voted to get rid of it. This will be the 3rd time now. As you turn bright red like a beet. Did you help him change his diaper back there? Do I need to bring tissues to the meeting? You understand what a business is, right? That's voluntary. What you guys do is threat, duress, and coercion. If the money that you take from the citizens doesn't get paid, you guys send guys with guns to steal their property. You are all about force. You are definitely a model abusive person. You blame them for the actions you took. I think that's good. You guys think that's good?
Yes, Don.
I think you're...
Nailed it.
You guys voted to get rid of free speech tonight. You can all go fuck yourselves.
Hey, yeah.
I'll second that.
There he is.
Dismiss the meeting.
Are you doing that?
Woo! Man, that was a lot. That's a lot to take in right there, I'll tell you what.
With that being said, I mean, we already have it drafted and ready to go. Part of me is saying, why don't we accept what they're saying and see if they hold to it? And if not, then you have your item that you've already drafted to bring to at a later date. Another thing that I wish I would have had maybe by Monday is maybe even thinking about allowing public comment back, but to allow the efficiency of this meeting to cap it at a time limit. So each person gets their 3 minutes, up to maybe 30 minutes for that section, and then we move on. If there's nobody that wants to address us or have any grievances, we're going to just pass through. I don't know if Mr. Cole can speak to that, if that's something that we could look at, if it's another way forward, because Mr. Mayor, I do appreciate your hearing me. I want to be able to hear our stakeholders, our public input comments, business owners, but I do still believe that it is a very big and integral part of why we're here. Yes, we are all available. I will agree to that. We have email, phone numbers, cell phone numbers, as has been discussed tonight. I've talked to Mr. Taylor a few times as well. I just think that it's really important that we be able to not limit our residents. You know, I mean, I attest our meetings have been going very efficiently in this pause that we have had. But a part of me wants to just take them at their word and see how it goes. And why not? We have a draft on something that's potentially there to continue the meeting being efficient, but maybe they'll stand up to their word and just allow our citizens, stakeholders, and businesses to take part of it. So that's where I'm at. I'm still going to be for allowing public comment. Moving forward. Within the meeting, yeah.
Just so.
Hey, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Peace out. I hope you go that way. This is the olive branch again. I'm out. See you. Good night. Good night, everybody. Hey, I'll be at Downtown Pizza. If you want to come join, pizza's on me. Wine, beer.
Thank you for visiting.
I'll see you later. Peace out.
Well, just so you know, I mean, we're not taking away public comment. We're giving residents who want to speak on an hour agenda a separate opportunity to do that. And frankly, the opportunity, we think, with the way we're talking about doing it, I don't think we said we want to date and location yet, did we? I mean, this is not about free speech.
Yes,
This
it
is
is.
not about First Amendment.
Yes, it is.
We all support First Amendment.
No, you don't. No, you
We all
don't.
support-
No, you don't.
We support the Second Amendment.
Yeah, you know you don't.
So, you know,
Lie.
this is about providing our citizens. I see 2 residents out there right now, 3 right now, out of our roughly 300,000 people who consider themselves clear.
That's called gaslighting.
This is about providing them an opportunity to come in and speak, the best opportunity we can, to speak to an item not on the agenda of a regular city council. And so I think at this point, this alternative is the best.
Resolution number 2503, resolution of the City of Clearwater, Florida, amending council rules providing an effective date.
Move to adopt resolution 25-03.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Nay.
4-1 with Councilmember Patton. That moves item 8.1 on the agenda.
Is the flag at half mast because free speech died here today?
Bang, 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 bang. We'll be at every town hall meeting. Don't
retards.
I won't talk on every agenda, it'll be a long night every night.
I did warn you. You won't have your little gang members to throw us out then.
I'm not a YouTuber, I ain't doing it for clicks.
Whose calendar, me calendar.
I'm back. Whoa. I tried. Olive Branch. Horrible, dude. Horrible. Disgusting.
It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot.
All we needed was
Congratulations, I think you're getting overtime.
3-2.
Did your best.
It would've been
We did our best.
Hey, you guys coming out for pizza?
We all knew what's going to happen, but you can't go out without a fight. Perfectly reasonable. Just add a 30-minute time frame at the beginning or the end, so people can voice things that are not on the agenda items. They don't know. They don't know what's going on everywhere all the time. All right, so this is Michael Taylor. Y'all know who he is, the armed fisherman. So you guys just witnessed what we saw today in the city council meeting, and it all started with Michael Taylor here. So tell us a little bit what started all this, Mike.
Well, I went out. This is going back probably about 3-4 years now. Went out, open carried. They threw me in the back of a car, handcuffed, and they left me there for 45 minutes until they figured out the law. And then a few months later, I went to my first council meeting. And when I went to that council meeting, the deputy chief put his hands on me and shoved me out of the meeting. And so then I met Mr. Haluba. And Mr. Haluba is a big part of why I've been going there, because he was a voice for Clearwater, but he just didn't have an audience.
A platform,
so I started, or platform. Any way you want to look at it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, this guy's been screaming and yelling for 5 years. So I went a few times, hung out with him, amazing man, and we get to over the last, I'd say, year, the only thing they've done is taken away. They've made all these weird decorum rules. Now they've taken away free speech for the last 8 months. And today they voted 4-1 to create some stupid town hall meeting.
What was the guy who voted against it? The one guy?
Ryan Cotton.
All right,
and I will give him praise, but it had to be the super majority, at least 4-1. And they got 4-1, and so now this is the important part, is everybody needs to come to these town hall meetings or whatever they call them. They're only doing this is because it's not televised. And they don't think that we're gonna come there with a bunch of cameras and put it on YouTube. They're idiots.
Now, even if they wouldn't have done things exactly the way that we asked, how could they have met us in the middle to at least show that they understood where we were coming from and what the problem is with cutting off public comment in general, where it's not necessarily attached to the agenda they have in mind?
There's one specific person, I don't know his name. There was this black guy. He came in there and he was trying to talk about problems that his mother went through. You know, they didn't fix a sidewalk, and he's been trying to call him, talk to him for like almost 6-7 months. This is why there has to be some kind of public comment. You know, we offered the olive branch saying we'll walk, you know, myself, even John Felix said we'd walk away.
Several times.
But guess what? If they don't, you know, even Cotton said, he was like, yeah, let's see if they do it. And I walked off camera. I was like, oh, I'll see you later. Peace out.
Mm-hmm.
See you later, everybody.
All right, guys.
Love you, man.
See you later, bud. All right, this is Michael Taylor, the Armed Fisherman. Thank you so much for...
like, share, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Links are all in the description.
All right. All right, now we have... And what was your name again, sir?
First name's Dan, last name's Ahmed.
All right, Dan. This is my first time meeting Dan today. We met earlier before the city council meeting, which unfortunately went the way what we expected to, and where they took away our First Amendment. I mean, technically they're not doing anything unlawful, but it is definitely not good. It's not a good look for the city of Clearwater.
I'm not sure that it's not unlawful, because in addition to the First Amendment, there's also Section 4 of our Constitution, which deals with freedom of speech, and Section 5, which has the right to assemble. They did not take that away, but they did abridge it, and they tried to gerrymander it in such a way to make it more difficult for people to come out, under the guise that they were actually changing location to bring more people in, which would be true if they kept the speech rules as they were, public general comment, as it was originally intended and done until a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
They had a great opportunity. There was one council member who seemed to get it, that the agita would go away if we just did the right thing. We could increase accessibility to the masses, while at the same time giving everybody who wants free speech and the opportunity to speak to do so, and they punted. So now they're probably going to have more people showing up at every meeting to comment on every agenda item and waste their time.
Such as yourself. You'll be showing up every meeting.
As much as I can. I work for the government, so I don't like government people treating regular people like crap and not want to deal with them. That's not the gig. That's not the job, and that's not how you serve people.
Absolutely. That's very well said.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, and we appreciated your speech today.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you for contributing.
Anything I can help. Cheers.